I remember reading a headline in The Onion a few years back. For those unfamiliar with The Onion, it's the nation's largest satirical newspaper. And I love satire because satire exaggerates the truth to the point you can no longer ignore it. And the headline in The Onion read, "Family life is the greatest threat to family values." And we laugh a little because sometimes humor is how we deal with tragedy. A few years ago, I was sitting up late one Friday night in the St. John's shelter with a woman who had come in and was experiencing homelessness for the very first time. And it was her first day. She was lost and confused, frightened, filled with anxiety, completely stressed out. And as the night grew long and everyone settled down, she stayed awake, restless, panicking. And I sat in a corner under the light of an exit sign with her and listened, and we talked. And at one point I finally asked her a little bit more about her story and asked her if she had any family in the area. And she looked at me and scoffed. "Ha!" she said. And she motioned with her arm across the sea of cots and people sleeping on the gym floor and asked me, "Do you think any of these people would be here if they had any kind of family at all?" "Ha!" she continued. "Family is the reason most of us are here." And it's a hard truth. It's a hard truth that we would rather not wrestle with. But as we gather on this feast of the Holy Family, there's a dark reality across our culture. And it's causing a lot of people a lot of pain. Family isn't always so warm and secure, so comfortable. For many, many people, and I mean an awful lot of us, family is the source of hurt and pain. We have a culture-wide epidemic of abuse, neglect, and addiction, and our children are hurting. They're hurting a lot. And I'm not just talking about the kids you see with the goth makeup and the emo hair over their faces. I'm talking about all our kids. And they are all our kids. They are all children of God. They are all our brothers and sisters. And they all need our love. And we gather in the warmth of a church, celebrating the feast of the Holy Family. And we have so many children who are hurting. And we cannot profile them conveniently by demographics. I'm not talking about a certain socioeconomic sector or a certain ethnic profile. It's all across our culture. We have children sitting in the desks at Holy Family School and Lombardi Middle School and King Elementary. We have kids coming to school every day at Ashwaubenon High and Southwest High and Notre Dame Academy. And they're living in homes that are causing them great pain. So much abuse, so much neglect, so much addiction. And there are kids. And we can't dig moats around the tidy convenience of our own homes and say, they're not mine, because they are. and they need our love. For 30 years, at least, or more, we've been hearing again and again that the cause of so many social ills in our culture is the breakdown of the family. And I believe this is more true than we realize, but for different reasons than we think. The public discussion has focused on family structure, with many good-hearted people arguing that the breakdown of the family is about the breakdown of traditional nuclear family structures and traditional male-female roles. But I think that discussion, frankly, has dangerously hidden from view the real issue, and that is a breakdown in the substance of family life. It has nothing to do with structure. It has everything to do with substance. And to understand that, we need look no further than this holy family that we raise up, Mary, Joseph, and their infant son. By all measures of their culture and ours, the structure of this family was scandalous. An absolute, utter scandal. We're talking about an unwed 15-year-old girl who's pregnant and runs off with a guy in his 20s. And as much as we would see that as a crisis and a scandal today, it was even more so then. And we have romanticized it and made it nice and tidy, looking at it in retrospect, through our stories and through history. But if we lived then, or if that happened in the house next door to us today, we would point at it as a scandal and a crisis. Everything about that family violated the traditional structural norms. And where did they go? They had only to rely on each other. This family that we hold up as the holiest of all families. What is it that makes them so holy? It's the substance. The substance of love and faith. They had to love each other and believe in each other. Joseph had to love and believe in Mary. When she had to look at him and say, the child has no other father, he had to take that leap of faith and believe in her. And he had to love her through the scandal it would cause. And when he came back to her and said, you know what, we gotta fly. We gotta move. We have to go to Egypt, and we have to go up to Israel and over to Galilee, and we can't get rooted because an angel told me. She had to believe in him. She had to put her faith in him. She had to love him and believe in him. And together they had to love and believe in that infant son that neither one asked for. And as he grew, Jesus too had to love and believe in them. And that's what makes a family holy. That we love and believe in one another. The Oneida speak of having a good mind, a good heart, and a strong fire. I like that. I like that a lot. I use those words to guide my own life. And I try to use that same thought to inspire my own family to have a good mind, a good heart, and a strong fire. That makes a family holy. So the invitation, I think, for us on this Feast of the Holy Family is to look at our own families, all our families, our immediate families, our extended families, our work families, our school families, to look at our own families and ask ourselves, am I bringing it substance? Look past the structural pieces. Look past the questions about who got pregnant before she was married, who got divorced, who might be gay, who went to jail for something. Look past all the structural stuff, because this Holy Family teaches us that holiness comes from the substance of life, and it can be born out of circumstances of scandal and crisis and hurt and pain if we love and we believe with each other and in each other. So look at the substance of your own families and ask, am I loving these people? Am I believing in these people? Am I nurturing a good mind, a good heart, and a strong fire? That's what makes our families holy. And that's what we need.